Welcome back to Rock and Ride Review, the ultimate destination where machines meet passion, and where we bring the story of every ride to life. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, because today, we're diving deep into something legendary, something that's been part of Russia's automotive soul for decades. Today, we're talking about the LADA Niva 2026, the next evolution of one of the most iconic off-roaders ever built. Now, before we begin, let's take a moment to remember what the Niva stands for. The Niva isn't just a car. It's a symbol of rugged simplicity, Soviet-era engineering, and the spirit of adventure that refused to die, no matter the terrain. For nearly half a century, this small yet mighty 4x4 has conquered mountains, deserts, swamps, and snow, all while keeping things unbelievably simple. But in 2026, the Niva has evolved. And the transformation is nothing short of spectacular. Imagine everything you loved about the original Niva, its toughness, reliability, and go-anywhere attitude, now combined with 21st century technology, modern comfort, and bold design. That's what the LADA Niva 2026 brings to the table. So, sit tight, because we're going to explore every single detail, from its design to performance, from its new interior to what makes it stand out in today's overcrowded SUV market. Let's start with what hits you first, the design. At first glance, the LADA Niva 2026 still carries the unmistakable DNA of its ancestors. The proportions are strong and compact, with squared-off edges, short overhangs, and that upright stance that screams ready for anything. But look closer, and you'll see how much it has matured. The new Niva wears a more modern face, with a muscular front fascia featuring LED matrix headlights seamlessly integrated into a bolder grille. The signature LADA emblem sits proudly in the center, symbolizing both heritage and renewal. The hood line is raised slightly, giving it a more confident and aggressive presence. The fenders are wider, sculpted for both aesthetics and aerodynamics, and they blend into the rugged cladding that wraps around the vehicle's base, a hint that this beauty still knows how to get dirty. From the side profile, the 2026 Niva shows off a mix of utility and refinement. The high ground clearance remains a point of pride, while the modern alloy wheels, available in 17 or 18 inches depending on trim, strike a balance between city elegance and off-road dominance. The body is slightly longer and wider than the previous generation, allowing for better stability and more interior space. At the rear, the design is equally impressive. The LED tail lamps feature a distinctive L pattern, representing LADA's new design signature. The tailgate opens wide for easy loading, and beneath it sits a rugged spare tire mount, a subtle nod to the Niva's traditional adventure-ready personality. The dual exhaust setup adds a sporty flair, while the skid plates below remind you that this car isn't afraid of rocks, mud, or snow. But it's inside the cabin where the Niva 2026 truly shows how far LADA has come. Step inside, and you're greeted by a world that's unexpectedly premium. Gone are the hard plastics and old-school switches. Instead, you get soft-touch materials, a driver-oriented dashboard, and a digital instrument cluster that feels like it belongs in a modern crossover. The center console houses a large 10.5-inch infotainment touchscreen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and integrated navigation. There's wireless charging, USB-C ports, and a high-quality audio system designed by a Russian-European collaboration. The steering wheel is sporty yet functional, wrapped in leather with multifunction buttons. The seating position is upright, giving drivers excellent visibility, a trademark of the Niva that's been carefully preserved. The seats themselves are more supportive, available in fabric or leatherette, with heating and ventilation options in the higher trims. And yes, for the first time, the Niva 2026 offers real rear seat comfort. There's improved legroom, better cushioning, and even rear climate vents, something unheard of in older Nivas. The cargo area has also grown, making it more practical for family trips, weekend adventures, or just hauling gear through rough country roads. Now, let's pop the hood, because this is where the Niva 2026 gets interesting. LADA has developed two engine options for this next-gen beast. The first is a 1.8-liter naturally aspirated gasoline engine producing around 130 horsepower, designed for traditionalists who value reliability and mechanical simplicity. The second, more modern option is a 1.6-liter turbocharged unit producing 165 horsepower and 240 Nm of torque, delivering a perfect balance between performance and efficiency. Both engines are mated to either a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, depending on the configuration. And of course, the Niva 2026 wouldn't be a true Niva without all-wheel drive. LADA's engineers have completely reworked the AWD system, making it smarter and more adaptable. You get a locking center differential, hill descent control, and 3 selectable driving modes: normal, snow, and off-road. Underneath, the Niva rides on an updated platform derived from Renault-Nissan's CMF architecture, but heavily modified by LADA's engineers to handle extreme off-road use. The suspension setup is new, featuring independent McPherson struts at the front and a multi-link rear system. This gives it a smoother, more composed ride on highways, while maintaining legendary durability when the pavement ends. Off-road capability has been dialed up too. With 235 mm of ground clearance, approach and departure angles of 35 and 33 degrees respectively, and water-fording capability up to 500 mm, the Niva 2026 doesn't just talk the talk, it walks the walk. Let's talk performance in real-world scenarios. On city streets, the Niva feels more refined than ever before. The steering is lighter and more responsive, the suspension absorbs bumps with surprising grace, and the cabin remains quiet even at highway speeds. The turbocharged engine pulls confidently, giving you quick bursts of acceleration when you need it. But the moment you leave the asphalt, that's when the true character of the Niva shines through. Whether you're climbing rocky hills, cutting through muddy trails, or traversing snow-covered roads, the new Niva feels unstoppable. The improved 4x4 system constantly adjusts torque distribution between the axles, while the electronic differential lock ensures maximum traction. You can literally feel the car's heritage working in harmony with modern technology. And let's not forget, the Niva has always been about affordability. Even in 2026, LADA has kept its pricing extremely competitive. The base model remains one of the most budget-friendly off-road vehicles in Europe, offering unmatched value for money. That's part of the Niva's magic, it's an everyman's off-roader. You don't have to be rich to experience the thrill of adventure. LADA also plans to introduce a hybrid variant in late 2026, featuring a mild hybrid system designed to improve fuel efficiency and reduce emissions without compromising performance. Rumors also suggest that a fully electric Niva could arrive by 2028, marking a bold new era for the brand. Now, let's talk about safety. The Niva 2026 includes a suite of advanced driver assistance features, something fans have been requesting for years. These include adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, blind spot detection, autonomous emergency braking, and a 360-degree camera system. Combined with a stronger chassis structure and 6 airbags, the Niva 2026 is the safest LADA ever built. But despite all these modern upgrades, LADA made sure not to lose the essence of what makes the Niva so loved. It's still simple to maintain, robust, and capable of taking abuse that would destroy most urban SUVs. It's a car designed for real life, for dirt, dust, and durability. The 2026 model also comes in 2 distinct trims, the Niva Legend and the Niva Adventure. The Legend stays closer to the original spirit, focusing on mechanical simplicity and affordability. The Adventure, on the other hand, embraces technology, style, and comfort, perfect for younger buyers or those looking for an everyday SUV with off-road potential. Color options are bold and expressive, from Arctic white and forest green to volcano red and graphite gray. There's even a matte desert khaki edition, designed specifically for off-road enthusiasts who want to stand out on the trail. LADA has also hinted at special editions, like the Niva Arctic, featuring all-terrain tires, additional body protection, a roof rack with LED light bar, and reinforced suspension for extreme conditions. It's clear that LADA wants to make the Niva a true lifestyle vehicle for explorers, not just a utility 4x4. So, how does the Niva 2026 compare to its competition? Let's put it this way, while modern crossovers are becoming softer, flashier, and more road-focused, the Niva remains true to its roots. It's not pretending to be luxurious or futuristic. Instead, it offers something most cars today have forgotten: authenticity. It's honest, tough, and dependable. In a world where everything feels digital and disposable, the Niva 2026 stands as a mechanical friend you can rely on when the road disappears. And that, perhaps, is its greatest strength. As we move deeper into the 2020s, most automakers are chasing trends: electric powertrains, autonomous driving, and touchscreen overloads. But the LADA Niva 2026 reminds us that driving can still be raw, engaging, and real. It's for those who love getting their hands dirty, for people who crave simplicity and connection. Whether you're a farmer, a traveler, or a dreamer who just wants to escape the city on weekends, the Niva's spirit calls to you. The world might have changed, but the Niva hasn't lost its soul. Behind this new generation is a strong message: you can modernize without forgetting your roots. LADA could have easily turned the Niva into a fancy crossover, but instead, they kept it authentic, practical, and full of character. That's why it's still so beloved across continents, from Russian villages and Siberian tundra to African plains and European countryside. In short, the LADA Niva 2026 is not just a car. It's a story, a bridge between generations. It's the proof that even in a world obsessed with technology, there's still room for something pure, mechanical, and soulful. So, if you're someone who values adventure over appearance, substance over flash, and tradition over trends, then the Niva 2026 deserves a spot on your list. And here's something fascinating: even though LADA has modernized it, they've ensured that spare parts remain affordable, that maintenance is simple, and that it can be repaired anywhere with basic tools. That's something no modern SUV can claim. The engineers behind the Niva say they built it for real people living real lives. And when you look at it, that makes perfect sense. It's a car you can take through mud one day and park at a cafe the next, without feeling out of place. Driving the new Niva feels like revisiting an old friend who has grown up, learned new tricks, and still knows how to have fun. You can sense the legacy of the 1977 original in every corner and curve, but you also feel the excitement of something fresh, something ready for the modern era. As the sun sets over the mountains and the dust settles behind the tires, you realize that the Niva 2026 isn't just another update. It's a revival, a rebirth of one of the world's most enduring 4x4 legends. So, what do you think? Has LADA nailed it this time? Would you choose the Niva 2026 over a Suzuki Jimny or Dacia Duster? Let us know down in the comments. We love hearing your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the new generation of a legend, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we have more incredible car stories coming your way soon. This has been Rock and Ride Review, where we live and breathe the world of cars, one story at a time. Until next time, keep rocking, keep riding, and never stop exploring.